All right, welcome to the second episode of the BrightCast. For this episode, I have the YouTuber Omma on. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
So look, I wanted to have you on because when I was talking with Beluga, I briefly said this in the Beluga podcast.
Yeah.
I was talking to him from the perspective of him being more towards like just like coming after the whole like edgy type side of Discord, right? Like coming after like missing that whole trend, right? And he came kind of when it was a bit more lighthearted and not as fucking
Yeah, it was a
toxic as
lot
it
more
was.
like
But
wholesome.
you were there though. You were there back in the day during like that edgy scene, right? So like from
I
your
would say so.
right? I mean like how long you been doing Discord for again? Like Discord content?
So on this channel, pretty much since the beginning of the year, I had another one that I was doing pretty well on from like summer last year up until November that got terminated at 30K. So
So
pretty much
you've been
been,
here for it all.
yeah, I've been here for like I'd say almost 2 years now overall.
Yeah, so I just wanted to like see from your perspective though, and just talk to more creators in the Discord community that were here during that edgy state, during that toxic state, and then to see it now be so different. It's like, what's it like from your perspective, seeing it all change so much?
I mean, I don't think it's really like changed. Like I'd say kind of everything edgier still does like well. I would just say it's now a lot more broad of an audience that's kind of brought in by more like, inclusive stuff.
Well, you would
I
agree
think
that
that,
YouTube has definitely like went down on channels that are posting edgier content on Discord
oh
for
yeah,
sure, though,
they
right?
definitely 100% got a lot more into that, demonetization, taking videos down. They're definitely a lot more hard hitting on those. I think they still do like relatively decently, but obviously they're not like in their prime, so to speak.
It's not the full hammer down, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part, I would say. But I don't think it's changed vastly as long as you kind of learn to censor yourself, and that's what I've learned with what is it, my last channel being kind of terminated.
Oh, see,
Kind of
I didn't
figured
even know
out.
that. So, why did your
Yeah,
last channel get
so
terminated?
I never actually got a reason. So I
Of
kind of
course.
started doing well on my initial channel last June. That was when I doing that was a lot more unfiltered. So everything was uncensored. What is it? My predator videos. I
Yeah.
didn't even have people's faces censored. I was a lot more edgy, like hard hitting. And then I kind of just concluded that was kind of why my channel was terminated. So this time around, I'm a lot more cautious with it.
You just gotta adapt to the new changes that YouTube constantly makes. But
Yeah.
with, I mean, I wanted to ask with your experience with takedowns on this channel because I've gotten, I think, 22 videos of my Discord videos taken down in the past. They were all like the Jonathan Lindo videos, and they all got taken down because, I mean, are you aware of what all that was? Like the whole Jonathan Lindo stuff, like the basicness of what it was.
Yeah, the gist. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I got like 22 of those videos taken down. Reason was
Oh wow.
bullshit. And so, in terms of video takedowns, have you experienced a lot of that besides the termination?
Um, on this channel, no, I've only had one video be taken down,
Oh, good.
but
Damn.
I've definitely adapted to like, yeah, making sure I censor what needs to be censored. Obviously, like quite a few videos get demonetized, but they don't get fully taken down.
See, I've always been like I remember when I saw the whole Predator like catching shit on Discord trend start taking off when it first started taking off. And I remember I was doing the Discord content and I was looking to do a bunch of different stuff in the community, and I was always extremely worried to hop on that trend. I was extremely worried to go onto it because I know how YouTube is turning. I know what the direction they're going in. It's going in like the Twitch awful moderation direction where it's just everything is awful, everything needs to be censored. And so I was really very, very cautious to not and like stray away from that whole like predator trend, like catching predators in Discord. Were you ever like kind of like, oh, like I don't know, YouTube is like YouTube's YouTube, like YouTube is it's just getting worse. Like, were you ever worried to like hop on the trend kind of?
And dude, I hopped on it right as it first started. So obviously, as Quiblet was the one who hugely popularized it. I saw that it was before it even like blew up and became a trend. What was it? I saw a video when it had 50,000 views around that, and I remember like watching it. This was last June, last May, somewhere around there. I was like, it was so. Have you? I'm assuming you've seen some of his like stuff before, correct?
I've seen them. I haven't like sat down and watched the full length of the
Yeah,
videos, but I've seen
like
it. I understand
yeah.
the gist of it. Yeah.
The gist. It was so like unique, and the way he edited it was so unique. I was like mind boggled or like amazed. I was like, I want to do that. So I didn't really think too much about the consequences.
Yeah.
And honestly, there really haven't been any aside from obviously the chance termination, which I think it was just because I was showing their faces. But as far as like, worrying about my channels or anything happening, no, I've kind of learned to take the proper precautions to where I don't really have to worry about it. obviously it all gets demonetized, but no, not really. There's no usually issues with it.
Oh, wait. So wait, do all of them get demonetized like
Oh
every
yeah,
single time?
instantly every single time, everyone instantly demonetized.
So like, do you make money at all on your channel or no?
Yeah, from every other video I have is pretty much I make money from. But from like obviously the biggest series, the Predator videos, I make no money off them aside from like the what is it, Easy Premium you make
Yeah.
off of, but it's like 10 cents. So
Yeah, no, that's not a lot at all. Well, so what's the motivation to keep posting these? Is your plan to just like grow an audience and then shift to a different type of content that will make you receive monetization or make you receive a little bit more AdSense, but just kind of like grow it up? Or what's your plan if there's no money behind it?
I mean, I just love doing it. I think the fact that I kind of returned even after my first channel, I got some traction, deleted, kind of I guess proves that. I guess no matter how many subs I have, views, whatever, I just love doing it. I've been doing it since I was 10. Obviously, I never saw any like numbers behind it until more recently. But no, man, I just love making videos. So
But you've been trolling Predator since you were 10?
no. I'm saying making videos, not like Predator trolling. God,
Oh my god. So no,
no,
but
no,
that
no.
I mean with Predator trolling specifically though, was it ever just like I know you have a love for creating videos, which is great, but when you're posting a Predator video, you spend all this time on it because I have seen the editing of your videos and I've seen this. I mean, it does take a long time, right, to make these videos. So
Yeah.
isn't there a feeling of like, damn, like I'm not making money off this?
Not really. I think it's more. I don't know. I just like I know it's entertaining, and I know people will be entertained by it. So the fact that there's not really money behind it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, this is what I'm doing for a living at the moment. So obviously, yeah, I would like money, but that's what other videos are for. And I like making those videos, so I'm not just gonna like stop because I'm not making money off of it.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
at the end of the day, money is obviously I want. But I'd say it's secondary to entertainment for me.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Yeah, so you're not even. It's not like you're in like college or something, and you're
I
like
just
avoiding your
graduated.
classes or something.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much on like a break year right now, and then I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing come down the line.
Well, Beluga and I were talking about how we really think that Discord is going to grow and be really big in the future. And I really think as a community, like as an app and as a community, they're both going to grow. And so my main wonder is with all the like we're all of us right now, we're getting away with posting content that's a little bit more on the edgier side because there is a goalpost with YouTube. There's a line. Nobody really knows exactly what the line is because YouTube doesn't really say anything about their rules. It's very cryptic. I mean, there's a rules list, but people get terminated for shit all the time, and you just don't really even know. Like, oh, how could I even known that? Like, I've studied the rules and I've looked at them. I do it like once a month, and still, like, shit can just get taken down for a
Yeah.
reason that's just beyond you, right? And so my wonder is, with Discord growing as a community, if it really continues to grow, which I do think it will, it'll get to the point where it'll be mainstream. It'll get to the point where it will get into that realm of like PC, like all right, everything has to be just how anything mainstream is. Like, you can't say anything too controversial. You can't say anything too on the line. What's it going to be for all of us creators that are posting content that is a bit on the line? Because you said that you don't think it's really going to be any, like, it's like, oh, it's always going to be here. It's just going to be a bit more diverse. Do you think there's ever going to be a point where YouTube's just going to be like, all right, we're now cracking down. Now there's a big audience for Discord content, and we don't like the people that are posting this content because it's a little bit edgy?
I think for the crazier people who like get crazy into it, I can't name anyone off the top of my head, but like people who are really
Oh
edgy
no,
with it, yeah,
expose them.
I think they'll like definitely get the hammer. For example, like I'll say like commentary, that was really big. Leafy got the hammer.
Yeah.
I would say he's more like the I don't remember what's the term where you make an example of someone. I feel like
Yeah.
they made an example of him, and I feel like that may be what happened with an edgier creator. But I think for the most part, people who kind of know what they're doing to an extent will pretty much do what I've began doing and just censoring a bit more here and there. I don't think it'll change vastly, but I think there will be a little more censorship in regards to words and actions. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I
we'll
mean
see.
it's mostly adapting. Like if you were to go back to some of my older videos on my channel, which aren't even up because most of them were taken down, I didn't really care. Like I didn't even give a fuck at that point. Like I was just saying whatever on the videos. I was saying that nothing was censored, and it was like just completely uncensored. And then once it all got taken down, I had to slowly adapt, and now my content's more suitable for the guidelines. I hope, right? And so
Yeah,
there are still a good amount of creators that, I mean, I think most of the top ones at this point are like, have conformed and they have adapted to it with their content. But there are still a lot of creators that are a bit smaller, like, under 100K, they're getting under 100K views. They're posting content that's a bit more on the edgier side. And of course, there's all the other like sub communities, like the packing community on Discord and whatnot. I
Dude,
think
I don't know. I've heard about that. I have no idea what this packing community is. But I mean, I've heard, but I really don't know what that is. I'm not gonna
I
lie to you.
never understood the like why. I hate to say this because I have friends that do packing. I have friends that are really big in it. I know people that are really big in it and have really like succeeded off of it and have built a big massive brand for themselves off of it. But I did never understand like the whole, oh, I'm gonna like yell at you, and then like the entertainment side of it, which is fine. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't understand the entertainment side of any blank any creator. You know what I mean? Like it's unique, right? But
Yeah.
with packing, it's like I don't know. Is that still big on Discord? I mean, I know that it's like in Discord communities there are, but in terms of like content on YouTube, I don't know. Is that still like a big thing, or is that kind of
That's
just
where
like an
you
old
just to
trend?
clarify. That's like where you kind of like you yell at each other, roast each other,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
kind of like across the lobby. I don't think so. I'm pretty active in like looking at just Discord content in general, and I
yeah.
haven't really seen anything like that in a little while. So if it has, I'm assuming it's faded out.
Well, that's what I want to talk about though. It's like since we both, I mean, I am looking constantly every single day, like a addict at YouTube and
Yeah.
Discord. Like buy this week, buy this month, every day, just trying to see what people are doing and just looking at the community and what's going on. And what have you seen for like the new? If there's any creator that's watching this that's trying to hop on Discord, which, like I said last time, you absolutely should. What's something that you're like, all right, this is new. Like this might be something big that you've seen.
Um, I feel like the old format, kind of joining servers, trolling, whatever that works. Obviously, the Beluga format is blowing up right now, so I think if you want have interest in that, do that. It's doing well. I haven't personally hopped on it, but it's doing well. People seem to enjoy it. I'd say give that a shot.
I think text to speech is something that a lot of people, when they start to do Discord content that are like viewers of my channel or Beluga's channel or your channel, they just go on text to speech. But there is so much more that can be done with Discord as an app. Like I was saying last time in the last podcast. I'll try not to repeat myself too much, but I
You're
think
good.
that with text to speech, there is still a lot of creators that could hop on it, and there's still like, okay, so Beluga's doing like the story mode type text to speech, except he's not doing text to speech. It's like the chat going by or whatever, and you're doing the
Yeah.
more like investigation type text to speech videos, and I'm just doing like kind of like entertainment slash like I don't even know, just everything. I'm trying to do everything, right? And so I feel
Yeah.
like there's creators that should hop on this whole text to speech wave, and they could grow it because I mean, what would you say the biggest form of content on Discord right now is for Discord content? Is what's like the top thing
Probably,
right now?
I would agree. The text to speech conversation, whether it be with the real person, a story, whatever the situation. I think that seems to be doing very well. I
Yeah,
would say try to add obviously levels of personalization to it. That way, people will come back for you
yeah.
more so, because obviously that can be kind of in the way if no one really knows who you are. They just kind of say that story like, "Oh, that's cool," and then they're nothing about like the actual channel or creator. But for the most part, yeah, I agree with what you said. Text to speech definitely
Well,
has been
that's what
really strong.
the original like when text to speech was first forming and it was first coming up. The type of content that was being posted was just like content where people would watch it and then leave. There was no community. There was no really creator. It was just kind of faceless. It was just random content. Like on YouTube Shorts, when you scroll by and watch something, you don't click and subscribe to that person. Or on TikTok, when
Yeah,
you don't subscribe to that person, you see it, you think it's funny, you scroll to the next one, and it was kind of like that for a while. And then it started to turn into a community. A lot of creators, the smart ones, took advantage of it and started to form their own community out of it. Like Beluga. Beluga, I mean, to be quite honest, Beluga could have failed terribly, but he was smart.
yeah.
He made
He's
it.
genius.
He
He
was a
knows.
genius. He created his own characters. He created his own universe. He created his own like little world, and he made himself a name. He's not just like one of those random like comment bots that have a verification badge and they're just like posting videos of whatever, like little 15-second videos. He actually created a community, right? And
Yeah.
those are the creators that are succeeding right now, and those are the creators that are going to succeed in the future if you're trying to hop on this.
100%, 100%. I definitely agree, and that's even in my own videos. I've tried to make it more than that. Even like more recently, I've started adding like what is it? Slide in like text things like jokes, throwing in jokes, like making it more entertaining than just that conversation at hand.
And instead
That's
of just
I think
making it
that's
like
why
a
people do
money
it.
laundering type thing where it's just posting the video, trying to get money,
Yeah.
and then whatever. But it's like creating a community. But speaking of content that's getting edgier and whatnot, Shane Dawson, he used to post edgy content, and this is where we're getting a bit off topic, but he just uploaded this video today. This podcast is going up tomorrow, but right now as we're recording this on, I think it's Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
When,
Thursday.
it's Thursday. It's
Yeah.
Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It'll go up on Friday. Right now, Shane Dawson just uploaded a video, and everybody on Twitter, and Twitter is known for this, is super angry, super mad that another YouTuber posted a video. And I'm not too into the whole, drama of what happened to him. Hopefully, you are a tiny bit more than I am, but I I just find it so entertaining to scroll through and find people so angry that another YouTuber uploaded a video. I know he did a lot of stuff that he got canceled for like 10 years ago, and a lot of like fucked up shit that he said, but dude, Shane Dawson posting this video isn't even entertaining. Like it was a whatever video, but seeing the people reply on Twitter and get
Oh
angry,
yeah.
oh my god! Like I was having a blast just like 20 minutes ago, just scrolling through. I can't believe Shane Dawson uploaded a video. The audacity! What the fuck? Like what? I don't even know, man. It's
Dude,
crazy.
I love those people, and they make for, especially in the MCYT community, bro. It's like they get so, and anyone in general who overreacts to something relatively minuscule is just so entertaining to me. That's kind of what the cesspool of Twitter is,
That's gonna be us.
especially
That's gonna be
when
fucking us
Carson
creators.
came back. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You see when like Carson came back, everyone obviously freaked the fuck out.
It's crazy to me because I think the main problem that's happening with the internet is there's becoming an issue where people aren't saying, all right, there's room to change, there's room to fix your past mistakes. That's a big problem. When somebody makes a mistake, they should be able to like take a break, learn from it, come back, say, hey, I changed. But now with what we're seeing and this new like a form of cancel culture on Twitter, we're seeing it's like, no, if you make a mistake, you are fucked.
You're
Fuck you.
permanently that person.
You are
You cannot
permanently that
change. You
you
are
are
what you are now.
permanently
Yeah.
that let's say made a racist joke or something. You're permanently which by the way I have a whole different argument for. I feel like jokes should be complete. There's a line with jokes, and anything in the realm of comedy should be protected because it's just what it is, right? But
Yeah.
hopefully go into that later. But there is a big problem with cancel culture, and yeah, no, who knows? Maybe in 5 to 10 years we're all gonna be canceled as Discord YouTubers because of some shit we said on past channels or past videos.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've already had crap like that attempt to happen. It's not a
Oh, do
great
tell your
mistake.
story, man.
Oh, dude, what is it? It's just like obviously, bro, like years ago, like the edgy quote unquote, 15-year-old Xbox live
The
parties, like
internet was a
it was
different
like
time, and these new
yeah.
kids that are coming on just don't understand the Xbox Call of Duty lobbies. But yeah, explain.
Oh, yeah, it was just something like that, and there was old screenshots of me using a racial slur, and I don't even hide any of this. I like openly, I've talked about it on stream, but I don't hide like stuff that's happened. And there's an old screenshot from like 2 years ago,
Okay.
and I had an ex. She was like, "What is it?" She was a person of color, so obviously I told her like, "Yo, this was around last. This is when I was first like growing. I was like, yo, just like like I used to be like that. I'm not anymore. Like we're good, right? Is all cool." And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. You change, matured, or whatever." We broke up. She starts joining all this stuff on my server and starts being like, "Yo, he's so racist. He's a terrible person." And that's basically what the situation was. And she just tried her hardest to, like, I guess, cancel me and anyone who like watched me
And I feel
over
like the newer
that
the newer
weird.
people that would actually like try and cancel you over that have got to understand. Like my message to all those people is, well, you guys got to understand. And I'm not like 30 years old, all right. I haven't been here for the entire inception of the internet, but I did grow up during the 2016 YouTube era of all the commentary YouTubers and Leafy is here and all of that shit. And I was growing up in the Call of Duty lobbies as a squeaker and whatnot. And what you guys got to understand is it was really a whole different culture. The type of
Different
stuff,
time.
it was a different time. The type of shit that was being said was toxic. You said toxic shit that was part of the entertainment. That is fucking. I mean, that's what Xbox was. It was just toxic, edgy content. Like you would go on an Xbox lobby and you would talk as much shit as possible, right? And that was kind of what it was in the early days of social media like YouTube and Twitter and whatnot. You were able to say more shit. You had more freedom because there wasn't that much of a money aspect to it. Nobody was really thinking about that. It was just having a good time. And just talking shit. So when stuff gets brought back from 10 years ago or even 5 years ago or some shit like that, it's like what you guys gotta understand is you gotta take there's context to every situation, and even though it sounds insane that some horrible in your mind joke or whatever what is being spewed out that he said this, it's like there's context. You gotta look at the context.
Oh yeah, 100%. What is it? That reminds me. I don't watch items, but I remember this was from a year ago. It just popped in my head while you explaining that. He said something along the lines of like, "I wish there was like uh, a history for everything trend and whatnot on the internet, because obviously a lot more trends that happened a long time ago. Like now would look terrible, you'd look weird as fuck. But obviously back then, like you can see, oh, that was like normal, like that was a okay normal thing, and obviously now, obviously kind of brought back in a more hateful light or more malicious. But yeah, man, I think obviously it was a lot different time. Obviously, people learn. I hope so. If not, I'm sure you'll get shit for it. I have. I think most people have to an extent, and it's just the people that won't let it go, kind of that are more so problematic. And obviously, there are people who 100% deserve to be deplatformed. Everything like they're just bad people. But for the most part, I think everyone's kind of learned and moved on.
Where do you think the line is for deplatforming is? Like, where do you think it's like, all right, this person, it needs to be taken off the internet? Because I would say my line for that, where it's like, all right, they need to go, like they need to be canceled, is the whole pedo shit. It's like EDP. It's a guy like, yes, they need to get the fuck off our platform if they're pedos or whatever. Obviously, I can't say the full word, but if you know, you know. I think that's the line. In your opinion, what's the line of like, all right, this is the line right here. Like if they do this, then they should be gone, instead of just like saying some fucking joke slur or whatever.
I think it's, dude. I think it honestly just depends on the situation. Obviously, there are some clear cut lines. Like, yeah, if you're a pedo, you gotta go. If you do some like super crazy, like abusive to like a girl or whatever, or an animal, you gotta go. Like, there are hard cut, you have to goes. But in terms of like, let's say slurs or crazy jokes or whatever, I think it really depends on the situation. I think you can't just establish, oh, you did this one time or whatever, you have to go. Obviously, there's like, I don't know, there's a lot more generally needed context to the situation. So I think it's more situational for things like that. But there are definitely hard cut no nos, like,
I think the main
kudos.
problem is people are focusing so much on the people that are like saying like just little shit, like little cancellations, and people are putting that on the main stage and in the spotlight. Uh, and the issues that actually do deserve to be canceled are being kind of like shifted away. Like the focus is being shifted to just people saying fucking jokes from 10 years ago instead of those animal abusers and instead of those people that are like pedos and all that shit. And it's being focused towards things that are like super petty. And I blame Twitter for it. Fuck Twitter. I think Twitter is the worst thing that could have ever happened to the internet. It's awful. Everything on YouTube is just about Twitter news that's happening, which I think is so fucked. And mostly the reason why I think it's fucked is because Twitter, what everyone has to understand is Twitter is political. It is about politics. It is mostly run by people who are on the left side, which the thing that makes social media apps so perfect is there's a level to it. There's like with YouTube, it's a mix. You know what I mean? That you see, there's the left and the right. You know what I mean? It's like a mix of different opinions and whatnot. But the issue with Twitter is it really is a one-sided opinion, and any social media app that you see that has one-sided opinions will fail. And the reason why is because it will go extreme. It will go crazy. And the same thing happens for the right when the right tries to make social media apps or whatever, and then it just turns into like these crazy alt-right, racist shit where they just say shit that's out of pocket. And the same thing with the left. They go to the fucking insane shit where you should kill babies when they're fucking 5 or some shit. You know what I mean? It gets to the point where it's like, where it's too extreme. And that's why Twitter's in a really bad spot. And the fact that all of our news and all of our like media on YouTube now is coming from Twitter is not good news for the future of fucking YouTube at all.
I think entertainment should just be like entertainment. I don't think politics should be involved. Obviously they are, but I just, I'd like to see a platform where like Discord. Obviously, I don't personally see anything political related to, like Discord. However, like you should be able to do what you want. Do
Yeah.
whatever. It should just be entertainment. It shouldn't be anything more than that. So social media platforms, obviously, that make it more than that. I think it's generally not great. I understand why, because their business, monetary gain, whatever. But it would be nice to see like that's entertainment and that's all it is.
Yeah. Well, let's shift the focus a bit more. I do want to learn more about you as a creator. I want to learn about like you, just how you're like in real life, man. Like, do your parents know that you do this shit? Do your parents know that you're a YouTuber? Let's humanize Oma. Oma, I said that
No.
wrong. Fuck.
Oh Lord. No, you're good. Yeah, pretty much everyone knows or who like knows me knows that's kind of what I do. It's not like a hidden thing. It's pretty much my job at this point. My mom, they're all supportive, which I'm very grateful for. My girlfriend's supportive, which I'm grateful for.
That's awesome.
Uh, and so it's pretty much my job for I guess the next year until I kind of decide what more I want to do. But like I said, I just finished high school, so I'm just kind of right now. I'm seeing what happens with it for the next year, pretty much, and then going from there with deciding on what I want to do. So I
Well,
have some ideas, but that's about it.
are your parents like fully like do they watch your videos? Do they enjoy your content?
Uh, no, my mom said, I'm glad this is what you're doing, and you seem to be doing very well on it, but it's not for me, which is understandable. It's like I don't imagine middle-aged women are watching Discord trolling videos,
Yeah,
which is fair.
exactly. Well, actually, I've
Uh,
heard I've heard this one's gonna come to a surprise, but a little secret story here. I got a friend who has a mom, of course, as most people do, and
mm,
this mom was talking to one of her friends who was in like her 30s or 40s or something, and she was like, "Hey, well, my son is friends with a YouTuber, right, like me or whatever," and
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, his name is Brightclips." He's like, "Oh, Brightclips. I watch all of his videos before I go to bed at night." What the fuck? Like, what? Like, I was so shocked by that because everybody tells me, like, oh, everybody that watches Discord content is below the age of fucking 5 and all that shit. And so it's interesting to, I mean, you gotta just, like, this is one thing I recommend to you just for fun. Take one of your videos, man, whatever one you like the most, and just react to your parents watching it. As cringe as it is, it's so interesting to see somebody who is just totally out of the internet culture to sit down and watch it and just be so fucking confused by like what the hell is going on.
No, my mom's done that with like an Omega video before. It's funny.
Yeah,
She's
well, that's a little bit different.
yeah,
My dad loves my Omegle videos or whatever, but I've had him
yeah.
sit down and watch like a Discord video and just to see the confusion and like what the hell is this on his face is always interesting.
I'll note that, man. I'll note that. This sounds, yeah. I forget how like different things are. If you like just don't use like social media like that or aren't
Yeah,
invested, like you're just clueless to it.
it's a different culture. Yeah,
It definitely is. Definitely is.
that's what people don't understand. I said the exact same thing on the last podcast. It really is a totally different culture, and if somebody's outside of the culture, they're not going to understand what it is. They're not going to understand what's going on. But anyway, with your channel, with what you're posting, are you wanting to do a different type of content completely, or are you looking towards doing something like in text to speech different?
I'm kind of happy with what I'm doing. I'm gonna slow down the predator stuff probably a bit more because I've been doing it for like so long. And I still enjoy it, but I wanna, I guess, diversify and continue to enjoy what I'm doing because I still love making videos, love what I'm doing. I think people watching it do as well, hopefully. But I think I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing for the most part right now. I'm not like there's nothing I would love to do, and if there is, I'll probably either do it on like a separate channel or put it elsewhere or even again post it on this channel. Because what is it right now? I'm working on a documentary thing actually,
Oh, that's
and I'll
awesome.
probably end up putting it on this channel just to see how it does. But yeah, I'm pretty content with what I'm doing at the moment. So if obviously something happens where it does change, I imagine it'll be something I can put on this one because I've always kind of enjoyed messing with people, trolley personality,
Yeah.
whatever. And I think it would be in that lane if there was something else I wanted to do. So I think I could still put it on this channel and do well or decently with it. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and it'll flop. But I think I'll transition if I want to or feel the need to, but for right now I'm doing fine.
Is there a worry to post that different type of content, like with just completely different, with your size as a channel? Because whenever I try to do something that's a bit different and risky, there is a massive level of nervousness to it where it's like, oh my god, this is totally different from what I usually post. Is my audience going to enjoy this? Are they going to like it? Are you feeling that when you're cooking up this documentary?
No, it's predator related, so I think it'll actually like
Ah,
be
okay,
like hella
okay.
enjoyed. But not really. I mean, I've done one video I would say is really different, and that was a Facebook video. It's pretending to be moms on Facebook. That still did decently. Obviously, my channel is tanked kind of right now because I only posted once in September because I had like a lot of stuff going on. But generally speaking, no, I think generally it'll do all right as long as it is kind of personified to an extent.
And I feel you on that one, man. I didn't post for like 5 days, and I had to like there was a massive drop, and I'm having to post every other day now to try to get it back up. But uh, That's one thing I want to say to new creators. If there's one lie that YouTube tries to tell its creators I don't know if it's for PR or whatever, but they try and say that you are allowed to take a break on YouTube. You can take a break on YouTube and you can come back and do fine. That is the biggest lie that has ever been told by YouTube. When you take a break, especially when you're starting to grow on YouTube and you're trying to grow an audience, you have to be consistent. You can't just
Oh
take
yeah,
a week
that's
off.
grind time. You start doing good, that's grind time. You gotta
Exactly.
start hammering it out.
Exactly. And honestly, I would even go as far to say even when you've got like an audience and a base, you have to remain consistent. You can take a week off, but if you do, when you come back, you're going to have to work your ass off to do it. And I'm noticing that right now. I didn't post for 2 extra days, and now I'm having to post every other day, and I'm going to end up doing that probably for the rest of the year or something just to get it back. I mean, that's how insane it is. But I do want to talk about YouTube and stuff that's not talked about by YouTube. I'm pretty sure we were talking a decent amount about this with the whole censorship shit, where videos weren't getting taken out, videos weren't being put out to like latest and whatnot, and bigger channels were seeing a massive dip in views, and channels that are kind of like mid were seeing a decent dip in views. What's your perspective on that? And I'll try my best to explain it to the listeners.
I mean, obviously, I've seen some people say, "Oh yeah, school's back," which I think is definitely an attributor. Is obviously everyone's not just at their house all the time. No
Yeah.
one's ever summer's over. People are in school for like the first time in like 2 years, like proper in school. So I think between that and obviously, like you said, bigger creators were taking massive hits and views, like unseen. They were doing like millions,
And she had
and then
200K.
yeah, then they'll hit like 200, 500K, like something like that. I think is crazy, especially if you're taking a break during that time. That's like my channel was hit hard. I only posted once in September, and that's while that was happening. So I definitely
Oh, you're gonna have to
affected me as
work your ass
well.
off, man. I feel
Oh
for
yeah,
you, man.
that's
Enjoy
where
those
I am right
sleepless all
now,
nighters, dude.
dude. My schedule is so bad. I'm staying up to like 5, 6 a.m. editing and then sleeping
Same,
till
man.
2 p.m.
I was literally saying that was just me last night and the night prior, and it's probably going to be tonight as well. Fun. But I mean, Keemstar's channel is a good example. I saw H3 posted a podcast like, oh, Keemstar's channel is dying. Listen, dude. No, this doesn't just happen the way that it's happening, dude. It's not natural. I don't believe that it's just kids going back to school. I think that's bullshit. YouTubers have been on this platform for years, and they've never seen this big of a dip, and it's not happening that much with like that, like with every single creator, but it's happening with an amount where people should worry and be like looking at what's going on.
A
Um,
noticeable amount, yeah.
I don't want to speak too much for Beluga, but he was saying that his opinion is that it's an algorithm switch where, YouTube is starting to change it where they're going to recommend videos that are shorter, like 2 minutes long, which is going to be really bad for all the channels that don't post that type of content. Because, I mean, to be completely honest, a lot of us can't tell our stories in 2 minutes. You gotta have a lot of it isn't just trying to get like the 8 minute mid rolls. A lot of it is you do have to create a story that is 10 minutes long. And if YouTube is really just trying to be the competitor to TikTok, which is so fucking stupid that they are, YouTube is really just it's not gonna last because they're starting to not just compete with YouTube Shorts, but if it is true that they're doing an algorithm switch where they're only recommending 2 minute videos, it's going to be a massive problem because they're now going to be completely 100% trying to compete with TikTok, and they will fucking lose that battle miserably.
Yeah, oh, 100%, man. Dude, TikTok's like a fucking giant right now. And that's one thing I've also noticed is kind of like you said, is you can't do as much in that time. And I've kind of noticed, like, dude, TikTok's numbers are so fucking inflated.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you can be, like, doing crazy numbers, and then no one, like, who remember who you are in, like, a week if you don't get recommended anymore.
Yep.
Like, it's definitely, I think, it's kind of the difference between TikTok and YouTube right now is YouTube is a lot more, you can have a community behind it, whereas TikTok generally you don't or can't even really unless
And
you're like going crazy.
that's my worry, and that's what a lot of other creators' worries are. Like I know the YouTuber Void, obviously that's not his actual name, but we were talking about how what's starting to happen is creators are going for just views and they're not going for that community. They're not going to build that community. And what's starting to happen is these channels are getting quick views and they die off so fast because they're not building that community. And I mean, even YouTubers that are posting, that are getting hundreds of millions of views. I mean, literally 100 million views on a video, on a YouTube Shorts, like fucking YouTube video, whatever. I mean, he posts a regular video that's like 10 minutes long and it gets like 50,000 views or something insane. And it's like, that's what's starting to turn into YouTube. And if it's true that, I mean, I honestly don't understand why. I mean, YouTube itself, it doesn't need to compete with anybody. It's so perfect the way it is, with just long content. There's an audience for it. It's unique. It's different. They don't need to try and compete with TikTok and all that shit. I mean, maybe Snapchat has to with the whole Snapchat real shit, and maybe Instagram wants to or whatever, and even Twitter wanted to at a certain point or whatever. But they don't. They really don't need to. They're all unique in their own way. YouTube especially.
Yeah, I think I 100% agree with you. I think they're trying to be or compete with TikTok when they don't need to at all because they're different entirely.
It's scary because I truly do enjoy making YouTube videos, and I truly love the way it is where you can make long form content. And it's always been, they always say to creators like, "Oh, you got to adapt to YouTube's constant changes, and if you can't, then you're not really a great YouTuber." I agree. You got to learn to adapt to the new changes, even though you don't know what the fuck they are, and YouTube does a terrible job of releasing them. But with the YouTube Shorts thing, if it turns out that you have to post these short form content, that's not going to be something that you need to like. That's going to kill YouTube, man. It's just really is. That's going to be the thing that kills YouTube, where they start recommending only content that's 2 minutes long and not content that's longer. I mean, that's going to kill the passion for so many creators, including myself.
Dude, I'd kill my channel. My channel, like, I have really good average watch time on most videos, and that's kind of where mine thrives off of, which is I think
Yeah,
why I was able to grow to like 100K in like 2 months. Obviously, it's not like not massive, but considering it was a new channel, I would say is decent. Is the fact that I was able to maintain, longer videos with good average watch time because I think that's generally what the algorithm is and has been for a little while now. But if they change it to where you actually don't want that, then I'm fucked, man.
with the shorter videos, it's like, I mean, Beluga proved that you can make a community with 2 minute videos, but there's
Oh, 100%.
something unique about a longer video where somebody can just really like connect with the creator when the video is longer. There's something really special about that. And I'm not saying the Beluga can't do it, because he fucking has, and he's done an extremely well job of doing it. But there is a uniqueness to posting longer videos and having a viewer just sit down, watch the video. He's not on Adderall. He doesn't have fucking crazy ADHD where he has to swipe up every 15 seconds and fucking constantly be entertained. But just sit down and watch a creator and watch what a creator has made, what a creator has created. And that's something that nothing can recreate, and no fucking YouTube short shit can recreate. It's just like a film, you know?
Yeah, I 100% agree, and hopefully, YouTube doesn't, yeah, end up in that same situation because that would obviously be not ideal. And I don't know, they just need to not compete with TikTok.
Yeah. Well, to
That's
hop off that
honestly,
topic, what other Discord creators have you talked to with all this? I mean, I want to. The whole deal of this podcast is I want to create something where it's it's like I want to create a community, because I feel like people. I'm not me specifically. Like, oh, I'm going to create the community, but I want people to realize, these Discord creators, that this really is a community, and this is something that we need to like all get together and like form this. But I'm interested. Like, what other creators have you talked to on Discord?
in general or on like a more personal type level.
I think both. Why not both? Like ones that you genuinely fuck with and you've like had long conversations with, and just ones like, oh, I know you.
The only other one I've really like had like real deeper type conversations with, I guess I would say you now because obviously podcast,
Yeah,
but
that
a
that's my
custom
excuse for
name.
having this, dude, or any
Oh yeah,
creator
100%.
having.
That's fair. Custom name, and then I think generally speaking to Beluga, Duckus, who else?
Duckus is in the. Oh,
I
he is. Yeah, I remember he started doing commentary and.
Yeah, he's just kind of doing whatever. And then I did another collab thing with T-Mall and Soft Willie. So that's pretty much about it, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked to Soundround once, a couple Soundround. If I don't know if I pronounced that right, a couple months ago as well. But that's about it, pretty much. I'm pretty much staying my own lane. I have been trying to like do more collaboration type stuff, and that's kind of what I did with Beluga and dude, I even had Chris Hansen on one video. Is I've
I
been just
saw
trying to
that.
like
That was
collab.
crazy.
Yeah, I thought the audio didn't record for the
Dude,
FaceTime.
I would have probably deleted my entire YouTube channel and just flung myself out the window if I saw the audio didn't record. After I talked to Chris, how bad did that feel, man? You got to tell
It
me how
felt
bad.
pretty bad because I like did a pre like test and then I got comments after like yeah I didn't know if you record a FaceTime like you can't screen record it and it won't pick up the audio. So I think I'm gonna end up redoing it because obviously I'm able to whatever. I have contacts with him now, but I think I'll redo that in the
You got
future to
Chris Hansen's phone number.
ensure
Oh
that
my
like
god.
everything's good. I have everything I need. It's hearable this time. Because then there are people that were like, "Yo, is this fake? Like, did he just like fake it
Oh
FaceTime?"
yeah.
When I mean, I didn't,
Oh
but I
fuck.
could understand why someone would think that. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna make sure next time I do it, it's definitely 100%. And I'll probably try to do it again because I want that out there. Like that's fucking cool.
that's sick as fuck, dude. But back on custom name, because I heard you brought up that name. I haven't like had a full conversation with custom name. I haven't really talked to him deeply at all, really. Not even in a voice call. But if listen, custom name, if you're listening to this, I just want to say I have so much respect for you because what custom name is doing right now, and it's like you got to really look at it. He is like as we're a lot of us are saying, we think Discord's going to be Discord's community is going to be something that's really big in the future. He's doing Discord news videos, and he makes videos here and there about like Discord and the community and like news about the community and whatnot. And that is going to be, it's like he's investing in a stock. And in a few years, if Discord really blows up like we all say it's going to do and like we all think it's going to do, that's going to be a fucking gold mine. He is really like one of the first creators to truly do like Discord news in the community. And I think that if he sticks with that, that is going to be something really fucking big in the future if Discord really explodes like we're all saying it's going to do.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be the fucking like Keemstar of Discord, 100%.
Exactly. And I say that to any other creator that's trying to hop on this Discord trend, man. This is just this whole podcast. All of these podcasts are just ads to get you guys to start making Discord content. But really, like you got this is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is at the like they just released. It's 2008, and it's out. And either put your money in it, put your time in it, put your fucking grind in it, and invest early, or miss the fucking big high and be sitting where you're still at.
Dude, 100%, man. What is I've been in the community since I'd say pretty much since Discord came out. I think my account's from 2015, 2016,
Wow.
and just seeing where the community is now compared to where it started is crazy. I think obviously, as Beluga kind of said, he's brought in a much larger, wider audience, and I think that'll definitely help pull people in who don't even know about it
Yeah.
or have not known much.
We gotta like we gotta make something that just really forms this community, like all of us in this Discord community, not just the text to speech side of it, just like really every like all the top creators in this. We just gotta make one big video for
The
all the
Discord
viewers,
Avengers.
just the Discord Avengers, the finale, end game, just all of the creators in one video, just so the whole audience can see like, whoa, this is everybody from this is a community of people, like this is a, this is a thing, right? I think we gotta somehow get this started. That's my hope for this podcast to just networking.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I didn't even like know what the fucking term networking was until I wake up a month or two ago because I was kind of just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess what is it? There are people saying like they're YouTubers are like quote unquote industry plants. Obviously, there's not industry plants on YouTube, but
Hmm.
people who like will have like 10K subs, but they'll know like everybody. I don't think that's as I've learned. It's probably important, which is also why I've kind of reached out to more people. Obviously, because yeah, I want to like you know know more people who do what I do, but also like for the community and content in general.
No, I'm gonna tell you, man. I was 100% on your boat, and I still kind of am. I'm slowly starting to talk to more creators and whatnot. But there was a point in time for most of my YouTube journey where I was literally talking to nobody. I made my video, I posted on YouTube, and that was it. And I just did that for the longest time. And it's important, especially with where we're at right now at this like very important part right now where it's like it's not completely like skyrocketed yet. It's going up, but it hasn't completely just like left the whole fucking building of insanity. Beluga kind of is doing that, but you know what I mean, like of like holy shit, this is insane, and we
Yeah.
need to all just like I have to at this point, like we have to start talking to each other and just be like, all right, like I said this a while ago on Twitter. I was like, dude, imagine if every single creator just was in one room together, like I'm like just in one room, like the entire Discord community, just like all the top creators just talking to each other in one room. Imagine like what could come up out of that. We literally control an
Yeah.
entire community on Discord, which is gonna be huge. Like that, would like the fucking like the richest people in the world just all on the table, thinking deciding the world's laws or whatever. It'll just be like the circle, or some shit.
Yeah, man. I think Quack. If imagine if like Quackity like kept going that like Discord route.
Bro.
Obviously, he's doing his thing right now,
Oh my
but
god. That's
I think Beluga's kind of replaced him in that quote unquote pioneering
good.
aspect.
Honest, yo, fuck Quackity. No, I'm just trolling. But with
Yo.
Quackity, nah, with Quackity, bro, that piece of shit. He hopped shit, man. He was growing it. He was building something great. People were coming to Discord. It was awesome, and he hopped ship. He did it so he can get fucking 100K plus likes on Twitter and be with all the Minecraft weirdos. Dog, fuck Quackity. That's why I'm so glad Beluga's at the top, man, because I really do believe he's gonna try his best to grow Discord as a community and really try and take it to the next level and not just jump ship at one point.
Yeah, he's definitely, man. I think it's cool. Obviously, I think from a more creative type aspect, not a community aspect. Obviously, I don't fucking know Quack Kitty at all, but I would imagine like he's seemingly more happy doing now. As long as you can do what you like love and grow from it and hopefully or even just maintain from it, I think that's important. So I guess he wasn't happy with that then, and he's doing it happy. Holy wow! I just like slurred a lot.
We're leaving that in for sure.
Oh, wow. But yeah, if he's happy now, then I guess that's more so what matters. And I definitely say he was like the first quote unquote pioneer, and that's kind of where Belugas come in, and hopefully for the better.
We
And
all are,
seemingly for the
man.
better. He seems like a great dude.
All of us right now, since this is so new and this is so early, we are the first pioneers for this type of content. We are the first people that are starting to do it, and we're paving a way, paving a path for all the new creators that are going to come on in the years to come or months to come or whatever it may be. But I think that's a pretty good note to end on, right? It's been 46 minutes. Yeah. How you, any final thoughts? Any final words you want to say?
Subscribe to Brightspeaks or don't. But
oh, yo, what? Or don't?
or it's up to them, man.
What? No, they're forced to. No, don't listen to that. I am bleeping that out. Subscribe to Brightspeaks. Subscribe to Omma. It's gonna be linked in the description. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And yeah.